Well, we're back with another repair video, and of course we bought a new Jeep after a vehicle accident, and the new Jeep comes with things to fix. I'm starting small. In the back I found that there's this little button that says push. When I pulled it out come this little thing which is apparently a flashlight. It doesn't work, and it looks like it's got rechargeable terminals on it. I'm going to see if I can make that work. Also, it has an aftermarket sound system in there, and apparently I found a couple of sets of headphones in there with some rusty looking terminals in them. They might work. The ear pads are a little bit crusty, but you know, they might work with the system we've got. See how we go. I also found a whole thing full of DVDs that the previous owner apparently didn't want, and all the service manuals and all the things that's happened to it, including the oil cooler hose, which was what killed the transmission in the last Jeep that we owned. Keep in mind, Jeep is not Land Rover. They're two very different things, and I have two Land Rovers as well. So I want to see if I can open this up and see what kind of battery is meant to be in here. Feels very light. It's only running 2 LEDs by the looks. So we'll see if we can get into it. Apologies for the air conditioning noise. It is warming up in this end of the country. So, and I haven't recorded videos for a while. Everybody's been living on scheduled videos from me lately. Now, which way up is that meant to go? That looks like the right way. Once we're in, we can lever up, and I infer from that this one here is meant to work the same way, except it just popped back down again. Useful, dude. I can sort of see how they've intended this to work, and that's about how it's meant to go. Still, I don't like the way this is made. I don't think this is meant for user changeable batteries. I expect to find a little lithium battery or something in here. See what happens. Although this is a 2013 vehicle. Wow. So that battery is definitely shagged. But that is the weirdest battery I've seen. That's a Vata battery. I have not seen a cell like that before. A V500 HT battery. And that terminal's a little crusty. We'll give that a good clean up. Yeah, there's some contact cleanup. So it is a user serviceable battery. It's a replaceable one. Some contact cleaner in here. It's an interesting battery. Things you find. There's a little circuit board in there as well, and it's meant to sit this way up, so any acid leaking would go down, I guess. These are heat set in, so getting underneath that contact could be difficult. I can probably get in there with a bit of sandpaper or something. We'll give it a good clean up. We're going to clean the corrosion off the top of this first and give it a scrub underneath. Alright, trying a bit of a trick here to get in under that battery terminal. We're going to go in here and hold a piece of sandpaper on the spudger and scrub. Easier said than done sometimes. May need to use a longer piece of paper, but we'll get in there eventually. A little bit of persistence, we'll get it all cleaned up in there. Okay, so upon research, this is a 500 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride rechargeable. There are some 600 milliamp hour versions. This is made in Germany. I'm probably going to find a Chinese one just to see if this works. So yeah, nifty little thing. So we'll put that loosely back together, then we'll move on to the headset. Okay, so after testing, I put some contact cleaner on the batteries and the headsets. They do work in both A and B mode. It's good stuff. This should probably work with the car. So I guess I'll wait until the battery comes in for the other unit. I found I can buy them on AliExpress for like $6. So we'll see how we go from there. So interesting development. I stuck this battery down on the aluminium strip I've got here with a multimeter, and it read 1.3 volts. So after I'd cleaned all the contacts and everything, which don't look much like I've cleaned them, it works just fine, and it's got a couple of different intensity settings. So that's interesting, it does actually work. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to leave that in here. We will replace the battery when it gets here. For $6, it was definitely worth doing. But we'll push all this together. And now it doesn't work. Maybe it's something about how the case pushes together. We'll investigate that. I think it would be worth doing. Alright, so we did eventually get it working. And lights up just fine. And it's got a couple of different modes depending on if you push it. I think there's a time delay feature, so if you push it quickly it dims down. So yes, I found out the copper strip here had pushed sideways. That's what was causing the issue, but either way that should work relatively well. And this is made out of the same plastic that the interior body paneling is made of, and I swear it's like recycled ice cream containers. It's just a really soft plastic, so anytime you try and pry it, it does give it a really horrible finish. I reckon it's almost like tamper proofing, so that automotive dealers can figure out if you've tampered with your vehicle or not. But anyway, that'll be nice. We'll go clip that back in the vehicle. Okay, next morning we're back in the Jeep. We've got our little torch here that clicks in. Push to pop out, take it out, push back in to charge up. Good stuff.